it's a good thing. Sure, I appreciate y'all's support. I've seen a lot of 24 gear here today, so that's pretty cool to see. This is such a cool place, man. I was out earlier. I went for a little jog this morning, and just to run around this track and see the atmosphere and be reminded of how special this race is in August is it's pretty neat for sure.
I'm going to ask you to walk out here a little bit more so that people get better pictures. Don't jump. You twist your ankle. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. So everybody's wanting to know. They've been talking about you for a long time. Your level of love for Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of drivers come up here and say, one of my favorite places. Love coming here. Chase Elliott, what do you think of?
Yeah, this is, like I said a minute ago, I definitely love coming here. One of the places I tell people to come to. I think it's just it's a special place, and it's not all that far from home, which is pretty cool too. We're still in the South here in Tennessee, which is neat. Just the incredible atmosphere, incredible racetrack, the history of the track, and all the wild things that have gone on here to make to make it what it is today. So excited to be a part of it.
You have a big appreciation for the fandom that you created in a pretty short period of time. You got voted into the All-Star race. I think in your first full season of racing, you get a big turnout like this. A lot of these folks have been here for a couple of hours. You have a good appreciation for the depth of your fan base.
Yeah, I mean, really without that, I can't say we wouldn't do what we do today. So I certainly appreciate it, and you go to these different places and you see people and you see your T-shirt or you see your hat or whatever, and I'm fortunate enough to see a lot of them in here today, which is pretty cool. I appreciate that. But that goes a long way with the drivers and whoever you decide to pull for. Whether it's me or whoever you can find that connection with, and it be national and whatnot, I think is really what makes racing special. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all here to do. And like I said, I definitely appreciate seeing my gear here, but it's cool and it doesn't get old, and it does get noticed.
How's your dad doing?
Doing really good. Yeah, he's they didn't come up here today, but they've been coming to the majority of the races, and they kind of pick and choose, and they had some obligations and things at home this weekend, so sat this one out, but they're doing really well. Mom and Dad both. So
you ever get a call after a race, his phone, you ring, or you get a text and goes, Chase, we need to talk? Is that ever happened?
From my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I don't really know. He if he feels like he needs to speak up, he will, but he's pretty laid back for the most part. He kind of lets me ride things out, and even if he knows I'm doing something wrong, he's gonna let me figure it out, that way. And honestly, some days, I think really the only way you're gonna learn is if you do things the wrong way sometimes. And it's nice to be able to lean on him and a lot of things, not just on the racetrack, but some of the things that we see and work with away from the racetrack. But he's got a lot of experience with all that, and he'll keep you honest on it. But like I say, there are some things that you just can't tell people, and you just have to go do, and sometimes you have to do them wrong to figure it out.
Where do you think you've improved the most since you've moved up to Cup? Where have you gotten better?
I don't know. Last year, statistically, it was probably better than this year has been, but I don't know. Really, I think some of the small things that we really don't even talk about, from your green flag pit stops. There's a lot of time that can be gained and lost there. Your time on pit road, how you execute a pit stop, where you stop in the box consistently for your guys so they can have better stops on pit road. All that stuff adds up, and we see guys who have had great pit crews over the years. Like for instance, Matt Kenseth comes to my mind. We always heard about how great a pit crew he had for so many years. Y'all talked about it all the time, and it's been that way for so long. He's had different pit crew members all that time. So a lot of what we do as drivers and how we approach the pit box, how we get on and off pit road, can make a pit crew look really, really good or really, really bad, and that's a big help. So that's a lot of time to be gained and lost. We do a lot of green flag pit stops nowadays, so I think just some of the small things and fundamentals of that is probably one of the areas that's been improved.
There's a lot of young people in here that have several. When you're listening to music, you get to be the DJ. What are you going to play?
Probably some Eric Church. I'm a big Church fan. Zach's hard to beat in my opinion. He's pretty good, and he makes a lot of them look pretty bad. So
The North Carolina guy went to App State.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of his. He's really good. You having fun? Is this fun for you to do? I mean, the whole driving thing, everything. I mean, you enjoying it a lot?
Yeah, I am. I think we have such a long season. It's so important to make sure that your head's in the right place throughout the entire season. We race from February to November, as you know, which is a long time for anybody in the industry, not just the drivers, but teams, broadcasting partners, the folks that come and put these tents up every weekend. It's a long season for all of us. So I think it's important for all of us to realize why we're here, why we're having fun, what we do this for, what has made this sport what it is today, and what drives us to keep going forward. So the competition certainly does that for me. I want to get better. We want to we want to compete for wins each week, and I feel like I'm with a team and a group of guys that can do it, and that's what drives me, and what makes me want to get better and come back.
How do you feel about tonight? You've got a car that can go out here and give you your first career win?
I sure hope so. It's so hard to guess. We used to get done with practice on Fridays and Saturdays. When I first started racing and kind of get into this stuff, like, man, I think our car's pretty good. People ask, like, yeah, it's gonna be all right. And it's like nowadays, like I quit guessing, man. We'll figure it out when this thing starts, and that's kind of just the way I feel about it. It's so hard to tell, how exactly you're going to be. Just because you qualify bad doesn't mean you're going to race bad some weeks. You might have bad qualifying effort and run really good in the race, or you might qualify good and run bad. So hopefully we run well tonight. We had a good qualifying effort last night, which is good. So we need to continue to have good qualifying efforts. The past 2 weeks have been pretty good. The race didn't go so hot last week, but hopefully tonight will be an improvement. On
a lighter note, before you got here, there were some other announcers up here. There are at least 2 people in here that are convinced they're going to be the next Miss Chase Elliott, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so,
you never know.
Why don't you girls stand up and come back here and you see all in here. All right, there you go. But there's a lot more people standing up. She's standing up, she's got her guy with her. Hey, I don't care. All right, hey, have fun tonight. Go out there and do it. Get that first career win. That'd be awesome, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Chase Elliott, ladies and gentlemen.